Like you said, it's Freaky Friday. Is that?
What's today?
It's Wednesday. Wednesday.
It do feel like a Friday though. That's the only reason why I said that.
No, I ain't gonna lie. Right now, the way I'm sitting back in this chair, it definitely feel like a Friday. I'm not gonna lie though. Shout out OBS because my setup looking way cleaner with these updates. Like your camera look clearer. You about to go fishing. My camera look clearer. I don't got no hat on to go fishing though, but I'm here. You feel me? I'm still prepared. Gas
The
station
bucket,
ready.
the bucket, bro.
I done got this nigga started. Look, already. I done got this nigga started.
Cause
Oh, for real.
it's are we live? Are we
Yeah, yeah, we
recording?
live. No, yeah, we're recording.
Uh, um, I just be thinking about like I just be thinking about what's about to happen or what's finna just be.
You telling me,
It's
boy.
it's not even about getting stronger. It's about getting smarter. It's
I
about
mean,
it's about doing it well. It's not
whichever
about getting
whichever way you
stronger.
look at it, like you know what I'm saying, you training your brain or you training your body. So either way, we are getting stronger. I feel like so that's one of the things that we could definitely talk about while we here is
Yo, what's up with these gannets, bro?
what these whats.
The gannets.
Okay, that's strike one. So I don't
The
know. So
gannet.
all right,
The gannets.
let's talk about it as if we recording for YouTube, but we gonna still recognize that we live. Mark got a three strike system with me. That's all y'all
I
need
didn't
to know.
start that.
You what you mean you didn't start that?
I didn't start it. I think you did.
No, I did start. That's what I'm saying. You got a three strike system with me, and then you be giving me
Oh,
strikes now. I be getting all types of demerits and shit. But that's
minus
something we
five.
could we can definitely talk about though. Like, let's talk about the idea of having a skill set or a skill shed. We're not even gonna call it a skill set because I feel like that's a limitation on it. But let's talk about what it means to be good at training, and then how that translates into everything. So we were on the phone earlier. We were talking about what it means to be good at training. What it means to be good at training in my head is you are good at creating stress in the gym. So when you go to the gym, you're training your body, you go in, okay, I want to train legs. Your skill set allows you to create more stress for your legs, right? I think we're getting to this place in powerlifting where like it's popular to be able to lift heavy weights without having like a lot of muscular like surface area on your body. What's going on, bro? You all right?
I did some rear delt flies and serratus pull downs, and like my body just man.
That's number two. Gnats and then that because you was about to start getting buck. He was.
Yeah, like you were saying. What you were saying? Yeah, go ahead, Jeff. Yeah.
So when we go to the gym and we go to train, like a lot of the time I'm thinking like, oh, you know, in order to get in order to get a bigger squat, a bigger deadlift, or a bigger bench, I just gotta train that lift more frequently, and I gotta load more weight. I know that is all the way off now. Like considering that we both athletes, right? So let's talk about us specifically. We're both athletes. We both recognize that in our respective sports, we have high levels of output. Like we can go and sprint fast, jump high, hit somebody hard, whatever the case may be. Right. With that being said, something that I always thought about long ago was like you have to train in relation to your history that you have from playing sports. And mind you, a lot of people are in powerlifting and a lot of people haven't played a sport. So when I look at it from that regard, it's like you haven't played a sport, so you don't necessarily know what type of person you are. You don't know if you're a high output person just yet, or you're somebody who's gonna put on muscle very easily, so, like shit like that. You feel me? So when I'm thinking about it now, and I'm looking at myself in the gym, I recognize that like my output and the potential of my outputs are a lot stronger than my body. And the stronger my body gets, the easier it is to maintain these outputs, like going to the gym, squatting, no knee pain, deadlifting, going into the gym and deadlifting something heavy, and then turning around the next day like, bro, I don't even feel that, or being able to put together another really good heavy session for that particular week. I don't think this is necessarily the case for everybody, but I know more likely than not, boy, it's tired. More likely than not, um, you can always have like more muscle, and if you have a lot of muscle, you can always have better activation or better sense of self when it comes to your muscles. Like even if you do have a lot of muscles, being able to train your muscles and being able to like just have that mind to muscle connection even when you're powerlifting, and I think just like honing in on that and dialing that in, I believe it makes it very, very easy to be able to compete. It makes it very easy to have like big training, uh, close to competitions or in the off seasons whenever you need it. And overall, just keeping the body healthy and keeping the brain just in a better position when it comes to training in general. Because I know like one of the things that used to kill me that doesn't kill me these days is like I get to week 4 and like my joints and ligaments used to be like fried, and it used to bring my mood all the way down. And now I'm getting to like week 4s and stuff, and it's very easy to maintain like the posture when I'm going into these heavier sessions. Like I don't gotta go in there and think about just like
You got Ganats too?
I had one good nap, bro.
Telling you, bro, it's that season. It start getting hot. The Ganats start Ganating, bro. Got to make sure it ain't none. Nah, yeah. So not only this creating stress, but stress that you can recover from, because that's important too.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, like I was telling Jeff today, I went to the gym, and so I'm coming off an injury,
Mhm.
and I'm building myself up. And if you're coming off an injury and you need help building yourself up, reach out to the Strength Vault or Muscle Man Marcus for more information. Um, so I went in there and I was like, I need to create stress that I can recover from. A lot of times people get injured, they start feeling better again, they start loading the crap out of it. And I understand, but like, nah, you have to really figure out what's your baseline, and then you just gotta focus on beating that week to week. Because if you can just rebuild yourself back up again, bro. I was doing uh wall reference RDLs and split squats with a 20-pound dumbbell, and that joint was frying me. But I felt my glute. I felt my glute. I felt it working. That joint was cooking me, and I'm just like, yo, I'm not as strong as I need to be. Because I was telling him I could grab a 60-pound dumbbell, but if I can't feel it, if I can't have that neurological connection as I do it, it's kind of pointless. And oftentimes in powerlifting, you see so many people just loading up crazy weights, and it's like you can't even feel what you're doing. And one might even say, "Oh, stretch reflex, this, that, and the third. Just move the weight." And it's like you're missing out. That's why you see people who lift weights and they don't get bigger. They just because they don't have that neurological connection. Like they get bigger, but the muscle looks like that just be lifting heavy. The muscle
Mhm.
be fat and round. It ain't got no versus somebody who can actually feel what they're doing and use that muscle to move the weight. That person looks way more defined. Um, there's more striations, there's cuts, and I know I have to just take my time and really focus on building myself up to the point where I am using more weight. And the body is smart. Like people, I think, especially with powerlifting and getting that, because back I feel like OG powerlifting, that like periodization was a lot more not stricter, but it was just like more and it wasn't until West Side where people was getting them top sets and feeling getting the opportunity to lift crazy weight where people was like, oh my gosh. But I feel like people are getting too cute with top sets, and they're so connected to it emotionally, and they're putting all of this into a top set, and it's like, bro, it's week 2 and you still need to create a response create a stimulus worthy of progressing with, and that top set ain't gonna do it. So it's weird. It's weird, and I wish it wasn't like that. I know things are shifting once again because people in powerlifting are running out of things to talk about. They starting to recycle stuff, or they're starting to go into other outlets and bring them in here. It's not gonna be too much longer before everything, like, shout out to Jeff because he hopped on the, I wouldn't even call it a wave, but he just like understood it. Like, just not having to be around a barbell to make strength gains and make progress. People are gonna start talking about not being so comp specific. I feel like that's gonna be the next thing. You're
Oh
gonna see
yeah.
people trying to jump. You're gonna see people trying to jump and twist and rotate and sprint and do all these athletic things and say that it's better for health and fitness. Cause like even right now, like you see guys like Larry Wills, Chris Bumstead, they're starting to do more athletic style stuff. And it's like your body was made for that anyway. Your body was made to twist and rotate. And powerlifting does none of that. And so it's like the way people are used to making progress is gonna start to be a thing of the past, either because it's played out or people can get bored. Like that powerlifting the high rocks pipeline or the powerlifting to, I don't see too many people doing CrossFit now. But people are I don't even think people are getting bored. I think people want to see something happen right then and there. And this is not that sport. You gotta really be patient and put the work in. But it's tough if you're not getting an output or that gratification right then and there. Like High Rocks, you get it instantly, and you can compete frequently. If you want to be good at powerlifting, you kind of gotta wait months. Like I'm fiending because I haven't competed in years, so it's kind of like dang. But with High Rocks or CrossFit, like you can go enter a competition every 2 weeks or whenever somebody's posting one. But I don't know, man. I feel like if people really took the time to understand like this is what getting stronger looks like and this is what it really means, you would see a lot more people with actual strength versus I don't know what I'd be looking at sometimes. I'd be trying not to look, keep it a stack with you.
No,
I'd be scrolling on Instagram like this.
yo, that'd be a strike three, bro. You lucky I don't got two pieces of bread, bro. You already know how I'm coming.
Knuckle sandwich.
But no,
Come get a piece of this knuckle sandwich.
what you said
Shout out
is
O
facts
Solo.
though. Shout out O Solo for sure. I peeped the reference. Um, one nigga bring two niggas. All right. Let me chill. Let me chill. Let me chill. Okay. When it comes to what you said, appreciate you acknowledging the fact that like I really did start recognizing that it's very easy to get stronger, get healthier, feel stronger away from the barbell. I mean, it kind of came natural, I guess you could say. Like it
It's because you're an athlete.
once I started actively like getting into the jumping again, it started giving me like it started giving my body feedback. And for real, that was something that realistically speaking, I felt like I had been ignoring, not because like I was just blatantly ignoring it, but because I didn't recognize how important it is. Like if your body's hurting or it's telling you something, 9 times out of 10
You
it's a
gotta
signal.
listen.
Yeah, like you
You
gotta
gotta
listen. It's a
listen.
signal. And like I've squatted some pretty heavy weights. Knees always hurt after. My legs wasn't strong enough. Point blank period. I was doing certain movements. I couldn't feel my hamstrings. It was hard for me to feel my butt sometimes. I'm like, I can't feel it. It's a signal. It's like something's not activating, something's not moving correctly, something's not functioning properly. And once I started to get to that point, it sort of kind of started to like shift and morphed. It shifted and morphed how I trained. Like when just walking into the gym, like first I started spamming like leg extensions. For a while, I was spamming leg extensions. I'm like, I need to have bigger
Shout out to
legs.
leg extensions, man.
And then like I was doing a leg press, but like my heels were closer to the bottom, so I was getting a lot of knee over toe, and like it was helping out a lot. And nowadays, like I'm training, and I recognize how important it is to split squat all the time. Like I started split squatting, and like 80 to 90% of the back tightness that I dealt with has disappeared. And I'm starting to pay attention to chest pressing and shoulder pressing and incline chest pressing and fucking pushing sleds and making sure I can activate my feet when I'm jumping and making sure I feel my feet when I squat. There's so many
That
things
sounds
that
like a
came
football
with
player.
no, for real. And it's so many things that came with that
Jeff
came
played
with
football, by the way, y'all.
this
Jeff
like
played college football.
this transition. Like it was a lot that like happened. Like I started being more aware of my shoes and like the shoes that make me comfortable, the shoes that compress my feet. Like all types of stuff has changed. But realistically speaking, like I will say like right now, being at this body weight, I'm in a better shape, if not the best shape of my life, because of the fact that I got away from the barbell a little bit. And it's like I'm still using the barbell, yeah, but the energy towards the barbell has changed. Whereas before, it was like, you know, you go in and you're excited about that top set. I used to be one of those people too. Like going to the gym is something to look forward to after a stressful day. You know, you get to lift some heavy weights. But
Yep.
now it's like I look at the top set so different because like for real, I started recognizing, started saying it to myself in sessions like, yo, training ain't even starting until I put the barbell up. Like training didn't even start yet. Cause I ain't gonna lie, yesterday was my week 3 primary squat. And like squatting felt like a breeze. Like it's starting to feel a lot easier on the body because the body is getting stronger even at a lighter body weight. And dog, after I got done like squatting, I was training my accessories and I was training so fast like, and I want y'all to know like this is not me. Like I train hard, but like bro, I don't come close to throwing up at all, like ever. Like I'll be laid out on the ground cuz something tight or like something sore or whatever. But yesterday I was genuinely about to throw up. Like I was doing a superset between like hamstring curls and like some pull downs, and bro, I was at my brink. I was like, hold on, like I was drinking water. I done had my electrolytes before the session started. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was in there getting cooked, but I recognize like that's where I gotta be at. Like that's what I need to go further. That's what I need to, you know, get to where I want to get to. That's where I need to be if I want to succeed. So I'm gonna be living there for a little bit, but like Mark said, we're gonna start to see a lot of training, especially when it's nice outside. We're gonna start to see a lot of non-specific training. We're gonna see.
I'm finna grab my spikes.
I mean, yeah, I mean it's really like that. Like I done found my football cleats. Don't get it twisted. I done found my football cleats, my shoulder pads, and my helmet. I done found a whole nine. But
I got cleats too. People, it's crazy, bro, because like people be like, "Oh, you big, you a powerlifter,
whole
you
time
can't."
they don't
I'm like,
even
bro.
know, bro. Whole time they
I'm
don't
like, bro.
even
Do you
know, bro.
do you see how large the people in the NFL are?
Like yeah, they don't
Like
get it. Like they don't get it.
they're not small people. Those people like cornerbacks be like a solid cornerback or free safety be like 215, 6'3".
Yeah,
Like
anywhere between 195 to like 220. Like you could catch a
yeah,
safety, a cornerback, like all that. Linebackers
and
230 and up.
like for me, people be like, "Oh, he can't move." I'm like, "Bro, I will hawk you down. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?" Like I
Like
will out
I'm
and
not even gonna lie,
jump
like
ball. I will go up into the air and I will moss you, bro.
no, real rap, like these days, and I'm even it's crazy because like even these days, I think like, yo, the way that like my body operates around a barbell and how um
It's like you could go and play for the Eagles.
yo, this nigga Mark. I mean, you ain't lying, bro. You ain't lying. I probably have a
I've
better
been to
chance.
I listen, I've been telling Jeff, he think I'm playing, bro. Oh my god. He think I'm playing so much. Cause I be saying it jokingly, but I be saying it frequently. So if I say something frequently and it's a joke, it's serious. That's just math. That's simple math. I think if Jeff really trained for like 5 to 6 months, he could go get on the practice squad for the Eagles. That's all he needs to do. And he could get a special teams contract for like you can because they're probably gonna start him on special teams, or he might even be second string. I don't even know if they got a second string special teams, but he get a special teams kickoff, and then he'll show out. do his due diligence, and they're gonna be like, Jeff, we want to put you at strong safety. I kid you not, bro. I truly believe that Jeff could really like play for the Eagles. At least practice squad. Practice squad is what 40 to 70K a year. That's not bad. And it's not like and he's still young. You know what I'm saying? You're young. You can go out there. He talking about powerlifting. I said, bro, we need to be in the NFL. And when I say we, I mean Jeff. And I live through Jeff.
Yo, you
I'm
stupid.
I'm not saying nothing crazy. The crazy part is it sounds crazy enough to work. But he's just gonna keep getting older and let the window close. Nothing too crazy.
I mean, all it takes is figuring out
You you
when this
got
is.
you got old buddy number.
Who number?
Remember you did that event with the turkeys?
Ah, you right. You right. Damn,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
on
yeah.
point. Yeah, you on point. You
I'm trying to be
stupid.
not
You
a groupie,
stupid.
but I'm trying to be a it's like, yeah, my nigga play in the NFL, and like sometimes when he go to icebox or he goes to the jewelry store, he might pick me up a little Cuban, or
Yo, you
he
stupid.
he'd be like, bro, you
He might
trying to go
make me
right?
have a little
You trying
cue, man.
He'd be like, bro, you trying to ride jet skis next week?
Yo,
And
bro,
it's like,
you dumb as hell, bro.
just like Entourage. I'm gonna be the Entourage, except I'm not gonna be. Some people in entourages be leading their homeboys astray, and they be making them do dumb stuff like spend money on strippers and buy extremely expensive cars. No, we're gonna be we would be. How can I put this?
This
we,
man is so dumb, bro.
we're trying to make like economic logistical decisions with Jeff's money. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
We're not trying to be out.
I don't even think you could call yourself an entourage, cause like I'm pretty sure entourage is made up of like a lot of people, and
No, it's just me. Maybe it's no, it's probably it might just be me. It's like, dang, look at Jeff's entourage. And this nigga, it's me and him.
yo, bro, this what I be talking about, bro.
It's
Mark,
like, dang, this your team?
yo,
And I'm gonna be like, yep. I'm gonna put my thumbs up. But on my thumb, it's gonna be something Jeff got me from Icebox.
yo,
This the
you gotta chill.
this the
Yo, you
this
gotta
the
chill, bro.
this the
Yo, bro,
BLOWBOYZ
you
ring.
stupid, bro. Yo, you are stupid.
Nah, but I think you could
Oh
do it.
man. No,
I think you could do it.
I think with the way that I'm like moving and stuff now, I'm pretty sure getting back on the football field wouldn't be too hard. Like I definitely feel healthier. I for real, parts of me feel healthier
And you
than when
did
I played
when you was
football.
actually playing football.
Like it was like the one year I felt like I was like the one year I felt like different was my
Yeah.
junior year. I'll never forget that because in the preseason like spring football I was like 215, 217, and we was lifting and eating and lifting and eating, and I ain't gonna lie, I was getting kind of strong. Like I was hand cleaning a lot. Like I was hand cleaning, squatting. We were benching, and I think I'm pretty sure at like 210, 215 back then, I finally got above a 300-pound bench, and it didn't take all that long. I think it took me about like 10 weeks of like the training they had us doing. But the one where like I was kind of like really making noise, like the volume that I was hitting on the hand cleans was like I was in my bag. Like that's like I knew like we get on the
Let,
football
let
field
me
and like the explosiveness, like I was in my bag.
let me tell the people something. If if you can understand, because like obviously, and I feel like this is gonna be an ongoing thing. We always gonna talk about skill and how skill is important.
Yeah.
I don't understand how fast you can get strong if you are skilled at something. Like if you just take the weight out of it,
And you just get really good at it.
and you just get really good at it. And that's one of the things I was thinking about. I personally, I want to be known for not only doing powerlifting well, but coaching powerlifting well. Not
Mm.
lifting a lot of weight, but powerlifting well. That means attempt selection, training, what my lifts look like, what my lifts look like under fatigue, what my peaks look like, what my clients, all those things,
What
same
your
things,
body
but for my
feels like.
clients, what my body feels like. I want to be able to do powerlifting well because if I get good at powerlifting well, I'm gonna innately get stronger. That's hand in hand. Even, again, I'll use the split squat and the hinge example. I only used 20 pounds and it fried me.
Yeah.
But because it fried me, I know that I'm doing it properly. If I can just stay consistent and I get to a point where like I'm moving the same weight but with more, I'm a bit so pro tip, most powerlifters, they're gonna have a weaker left leg. So if you're hearing this podcast, there's a bunch of different ways you can test. You can do a Thomas test, which is gonna help you measure hip extension from left to right. You can also check your ankle mobility. You do a you could do a hand, or you could do a hand and a thumb against a wall. Put your foot in front of your hand and see how far your knee can travel without your heel coming up. Um, you could test your internal rotation. There's a straight leg raise test. That's another thing. People are starting to understand like assessments are important for seeing where an athlete is at and how important it is for these tests to improve so that they have better movement quality. But athletes, that's not something like basketball players, for example. Basketball players have extremely amazing movement quality because there's a degree of rhythmic movement to the game. There's twisting, there's spinning, there's running, there's jumping. They have to do so many different things and move their bodies so many different ways. They're exploring the natural planes that we're supposed to move in, and they just move well. You know, the more the more lost and confused a basketball player looks, the better he is at basketball. Cause he don't care where he going. He just finna hoop. You
That's
know what I'm
it.
saying? Powerlifters, they don't got that same aura. It always looked like this weird, clanky, stiff walk, and it's like you're not actually you're not confident in your body. You're afraid to bend your knees. Uh, you waddle. Your movement is not good. But anywho,
Like,
left leg. Your left leg. Most powerlifters' left leg is not strong enough. Something I want y'all to try is I want y'all to spend more time on your left leg. Let's just start there. Spend more time, even if it means you standing straight up and you just lifting one leg up. Close your eyeballs. And you'll notice that your right to left, you're gonna feel mad scary on that left side. It's gonna get mad wicked out here versus your right. And over time, if you can continue to strengthen that, because we had a bilateral deficit, right side is gonna be stronger. The left side is not gonna feel dominant unless you're a lefty. But even still, you still might have that issue. Spend more time training. I be outside swinging that rope. I be looking crazy. Neighbors be looking at me wild. I do not care because I am strengthening both sides of my brain doing these movements. It's so weird. I'll be driving with my left hand sometimes. And I'll be like, I don't never do that because I'm right handed. I don't feel confident on my left side. But the more I do stuff like that and I spend more time like juggling and doing rope flow, I find the left side of my body less less scary or less daunting. I'm not afraid to be over here. Um, get at a shot. If you watching this, you get stronger off the strength of hearing it. If you do it right, shoot, do it right now. Stand up, stand on your right foot, close your eyes, then do the same thing on your left, and you gonna see what I'm talking about. Fix it. Fix it
yeah,
right now.
I can attest to that because I'm all lefty, and my right
You're
leg is,
lefty.
yeah, all lefty. Right-handed, I mean left-handed and left foot.
You right.
My
You right with your left hand.
Yeah, like I'm all lefty, bro. It's been that way. Like, but the thing is, you're absolutely correct because when I played soccer, when I was a kid, I used to be able to kick like goal kicking. Like I feel like kicking the ball up and down the court. or up and down the field is different from being able to kick a ball into the goal. And I was able to kick the ball into the goal with my left and my right foot.
That
Like,
boy ambidextriones.
yeah, so I'll tell you, like, he's not wrong because I'm very comfortable doing a lot of strong things off my right foot that I wasn't always comfortable doing off of my left foot. And I recognized when my left leg started getting stronger as a kid, that's when I was able to dunk. Like, that's when I was able to jump off 2 feet and dunk. So he has a
I
good
gotta
point.
knock that off the list too. I gotta.
You got a
Even if it's
yan.
off of alley oop, yeah, I
Yeah.
gotta yen that joint at least once, bro.
I was about to say, yeah.
Cause
Dunking is
I'm too
dunking
strong.
is fun. Yeah, dunking is fun. I will say. What was there was a point that I was gonna get on while you were talking, but I don't remember what the point was. It'll come back to me, but I know it was something important. Uh yeah, one of the things that I think is the basis like of my foundation is not only did like football take a lot of rotational effort. Shout out Coach Serma. He made us do this drill, man. It was a torture twist. I can't stand that drill, but it's so good for you. It's so good for your core because literally it's like you're in a pike, like you're in like a V, and your feet are under a bar, so like you're basically just like holding yourself in that pike, and then you're just
Mm.
rotating with like a 25 30 pound for 30 a 25 a 35 or a 45 pound plate depending on how strong you were. And we did that, John. Like we didn't even do reps, bro. We just did that for like a minute at a time. I will tell you,
Yeah,
bro. That's
I'm
probably
finna
the,
start doing them joints,
that's probably the
and I'm
reason,
gonna
bro.
see.
Why, like, no lie, I'm probably built for massive collisions, bro. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I was like 182 pounds, bro.
You built for
Yo,
what, Jeff?
bro, go ahead, bro. Pause. Let me pause myself, bro, cause I see how you getting down. Yeah, I
What you
see.
bu- what you
I
what
said
are you
I
built
said
for?
I'm built for a massive collision, bro. Why you acting like that, bro?
Right.
Yo, nah, you're wilding.
No, it's I know I understand what you mean, but I didn't get it. I don't get it. I'm gonna do that exercise though. And I'm
No,
gonna
yeah,
get
the
to a
torture. No,
point.
the torture twist is cash. Like
I'm
if
gonna do it with a dumbbell,
no, like yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like
and I want to do it with like a 70.
that's probably like top five like core movements ever. Like you talking about getting your core ready for like anything. Like I mean, like you running like diagonal on the football field, and you see somebody coming out the corner of your eye, and you could just plant one foot and run him over. Like that type of thing. Like yeah, it's that. It
Fun
definitely
fact, guys.
translated to a lot of things for sure.
Fun fact. Your hip flexors, your psoas, those things can get stiff.
Yo, bro.
They're also it's important that, it's important that they can help you rotate because your psoas connects from bottom of your ribs to the top of your pelvis. And when they get stiff and you can't rotate, things can get ugly.
So essentially,
Ah,
after the episode over, I'm gonna give Marcus a knuckle sandwich and one of his so ass.
a knuckle sandwich, but nah, twist, guys, twist. It is good for your rib cage. It is good for your hip flexors. It's good for your psoas. That joint does not need to get stiff. Once it starts getting stiff, You ever see somebody that's real swole? Again, like again, bro. Nah, cause we gotta stop this, bro. Like, I just there's something, and like probably like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, like once I really started understanding how important being able to walk properly and walking with your feet straight,
Hmm.
I started doing that, and there was a level of confidence that came. And Bruce knows. Shout out to Bruce. There's a level of confidence, and he started naming people who walk with their feet straight, like Denzel. Denzel walks with his feet straight. Idris Elba. Who else? Tom Brady. Just Michael Jordan. They all walk with they feet straight, and they let their shoulders swivel.
Hmm.
I don't think y'all understand how good it feels to have a good confident walk. Because when you
Uh,
just walk your feet straight and you let your shoulders rotate the way that they're supposed to, it's almost like it's almost like a lot of people got swole not to gain confidence, but to hide within themselves so they can
ooh,
look confident.
this man about to talk a word.
And it's like, nah, cause look, once like for me, for example, okay, in college, people will walk up to me and they stick their chest out and I'd get insecure, and I was just like, I would hunch over, and it's like, that's not it. That's not how you're supposed to stand.
Yeah.
But I was talking to my wife, and she was like, people were probably copying you because they were like, they wish they could like have that,
Yeah.
and because my chest literally grew over time, and I could literally like it was just I'm sitting, boy. I'm up here with it. And the more people did that to me, the more I started slouching and trying to make myself small. And mind you, when you lift weights, it's already compressive. You're already going to make yourself tiny. You're not doing yourself service by like crunching and hiding. You gotta just when you walk. I want y'all to try this too. There's another. This is some coaching stuff. This is the stuff that I be talking to my athletes about because what they do on a day to day, their habits are more important than what happens in the gym. Because what they do outside of the gym is going to affect what they do in the gym. When you walk, I want you to make sure that your feet are straight, and I want you to think about walking a tightrope. You're not going to be able to walk like it's not like you walking in heels, but you want to get as close to like one foot in front of the other as possible. And when you walk, just feel your shoulders spin and rotate. You're talking about feeling powerful, feeling confident, your body's working the way that it's meant to. 'Cause a lot of people, like LeBron got sciatica. LeBron got a little wedge when I seen this video on IG and it was talking about how they give him that wedge so it puts less pressure on his spine. When LeBron walks, his feet, them joints are turned out crazy like, and his back is always hurting.
Bro, I know his back be hurting, bro.
His back, bro, I think it was earlier in the like mid season. It was like, yeah, he got sciatica, and I think they figured out like, oh snap, like LeBron, you got sciatica is, and so that's when they started doing these other preventative measures. But you always want to go after the main thing. You want to target the issue, not put band-aids on it. You want to be like, what's the problem? And go straight to the problem. And something you can do is when you walk with your feet straight, let your body swivel. I promise you, you're gonna feel so much swaggy. You're gonna feel yourself rock instead of
No,
feeling
I
like you gotta
I also can attest to that too. So
you
I
walk around
think
like this.
that was one of the no real shit. I think one of the things that like changed my life, it changed my trajectory when it came to like the powerlifting tenure is fixing my walk. Um, like last year, earlier in the year, I was a lot heavier than I am now, and I remember like I started actively looking to fix my pelvis, like bring my pelvis back neutral, fix my hamstrings. My hamstrings were extremely tight. They were pulling on my pelvis, like they were pulling my pelvis up, and my back was just always sore. And my feet were very pointed out when I walked. And I remember I started working on that a lot. Like I was coming into the gym like from my lower body days, I was doing like 4 to 5 sets of 10 reps and just breathing through those reps with like 5 second breaths outward and then exhaling and holding for like 2 seconds. And I did that a lot. And my pelvis, I could feel my pelvis started to fall behind me. Like I could actively feel my pelvis, like with the supine tilt drill that I was doing, I was feeling my pelvis fall to the floor. And like we always talking about like, bro, like bowel movements like became a natural thing. Like literally just having your pelvis where it's supposed to be at made it a lot easier for outflow of all the materials we don't need. You feel me? Then
Man, we finna get anatomized tonight. I'm
no,
finna
for
teach
real,
y'all
like
tonight.
this joint was
We
crazy
finna
because it was really step by step. So my pelvis started to fall back where it was supposed to. Then when I was squatting, I recognized that I was able to feel my feet like to a great degree, whether I was wearing lifters or I was wearing flats. But then I recognized like, okay, if I'm going to wear flats, I would have to spend like a good amount of time training my calf muscles and like really working on my tibialis and really just focusing on building a stronger ankle because my ankle mobility sucks. Like from football, I've sprained both of my ankles multiple times, and like the only year I really had somebody actively working with me on my ankle is probably like my junior and senior year. We just had a very good strength coach in addition to our staff, and he was like basically just trying to prevent. as many injuries as possible before the season started. So shout out to Joe, because he was a good dude. I think he works at another school, and I think he works at a D1 college. So good for him. But we were doing so many drills for the ankles, but once I got my pelvis under me, it made my squats feel different. Like, I mean, it started to feel really good, and it started to feel like I could squat with a closer stance rather than squatting super wide and relying on my adductors and my hips to do most of that work. Because if you rely on your hips to do that work for you in your squat, your lower back gonna be tarnished. So, with that being said, I started basically rolling my feet with a lacrosse ball. I started doing a bunch of stuff in that regard, and then that's when I started adding in the jumping. Once I added in the jumping after rolling my feet, that's when I got a sense of where my body was at in its full integrity or its entirety when it comes to like my health of the lower body. That's when I started to recognize like my legs are not big enough for me to be squatting there. My legs are not strong enough for me to be squatting that just yet because every time I go to squat it, my hips shoot from behind me, they shoot from under me, and I lose my feet somehow during the rep. So that led me down like a major rabbit hole of like Mark said, anatomizing myself and essentially just getting myself situated with that knowledge. Like I went to school, I took a little biology, but I ain't never hop in that water how I was supposed to. So once I had that happen to me, I'm like, I gotta go down that rabbit hole and fix that. Then fixing my pelvis led to my bench feeling better and my chest growing. Like it just led to so many things correcting itself.
Tell him about your shoulder hurting in prep too.
Oh yeah, yeah. So 2024, I was preparing for a competition, and this was around. Actually, this was like this drill, this preventative drill that Mark had put me on is similar to the drill that I was doing to fix my pelvis, but essentially it was like laying on your back, basically reaching and like not reaching to the sky vertically, but like reaching at an angle, and then I put like a block in between my feet or in between my knees to keep my legs from falling as an internal rotation. And the overall idea was just to exhale hard and let your core like just relax but also tighten as you get that exhale, and then just inhale through your nose and just hold for 3 seconds. Y'all, I will not lie to y'all. The exhale, getting to the bottom of that exhale, like the part of my shoulder that was hurting, it felt like somebody was stabbing me in my back with like a pen. Like it felt like a very peculiar stab.
That's what I need to be
And
doing.
for real, I did that job for like 3 weeks, and it kind of nerfed my bench before a competition. Like I was looking to hit 400 on the platform, and my last heavy bench was like 370. I'm like, man, it ain't no way I'm
Try
about to
that,
go out there and peak
Jeff.
into
Try that joint
400.
weighted
What that
with like
drill?
some five, yeah, with some fives or some tens.
Like where I'm
You
putting the
just
weight at? Oh, in my hands?
in your hands, yeah, and reach.
Yeah, that joint. I ain't gonna lie. That was a great save. And I knew that I know that like with a bench press, I know the training just has to be better schematic for me because I did all that training and I was like pushing to hit 400 in the gym before competition. I hit 370 for my last bench. Went to competition. I believe I think one of 3 or 4 lifters to actually get all 3 bench attempts. Like I was the only person like, and y'all know how the last bench attempt go. They be pausing you, like they hold you, and for that 402, that was probably my thoroughest 402 because they held me. Like I was pressed. I'm like, oh, I'm really on that today. Like okay, I'm feeling brolic. Like, so it was a good job. But yeah, those type of drills, uh, have saved me. They put me in a better position, and then just being more conditioned, like being able to go to the gym and have those hard training sessions, but also being in that position where like your walk is confident and you have the ability to do it right, so you don't have to worry about that extra level of fatigue being slapped on because you lost your movement pattern is key. That's like highly important stuff right here. And like you said, the dividends in the progression happen slower because we want to stay healthier, but also too that's just the nature of the beast. Like when you know what I'm saying when you powerlifting, like I'm gonna be real. I know I'm gonna lift some heavy weights, but I don't want to lift them just yet. Like I want them to take their time
Hmm.
because I recognize like the numbers that we're asking ourselves to be able to hit when we walk into the biggest competitions of
Crazy,
our lives, like
crazy.
it's not normal weight. Like it's not normal at all. So like these
It's
like
stupid.
the training that we doing right now is like very sub maximal to the goals that we have. You know what I'm saying?
I
And
was just
that's
I was just telling Jeff that I need to go even more submax because
yeah, man.
it's more important that you can be have a repeatable process than just lifting heavy weights. If you can just I don't think people understand, well, people don't, and I feel like most coaches don't. They don't really have a good foundation when it comes to periodization. So they don't look at their training year or the a macro cycle, or they don't look at it and be Matt Winning. I think Matt Winning said this. He was like, people don't understand that you just need more time. It was I think he said he was telling a story about like how somebody he came up to a coach or whatever, and he's telling, yeah, I want to squat um X amount of weight in 8 months, and the coach was essentially like, hold on now, I don't think that's a bad idea. But what if instead of 8 months we did 13 months? Then we seen where we was at in that time frame. That's more realistic. People don't give themselves enough time to like get stronger to where hitting those weights make complete sense versus like their emotions like, oh, I gotta you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't look at where they're at and how far they need to go in order to make things shake. And it's like, for me, I know for me, I understand like, yo, this is just gonna take a while, and that's perfectly fine. But it's better to go slow and do it right than go fast and kind of get some things here and there correct. And a lot of people have that mindset, and I mean, it's powerlifting's fault. It's the culture's fault. Something I noticed is that a lot of high level lifters, and it's fine. Like, I get it. A lot of high level lifters don't know what they're doing, and
No.
that's cool because they're an athlete. They get coaches, and the coaches are supposed to tell the athlete what to do, and that's what makes powerlifting a little weird. Is that you got coaches who aren't really athletes telling people what to do, but they understand how it works. And so the athlete is kind of just like, okay, I'm gonna just do whatever. And then you got some athletes that know how it works and they still don't do it right. It's like, this is how I do it. But do I have a general enough basis to be able to explain how it's done, period? And I feel like that's what's missing. I feel like if more high level lifters could explain what's going on and why they should do XYZ, it would create a degree of balance for other lifters who are still coming up or still trying to get stronger, to be able to help them progress and grow. But like, there's not enough teachers who are doing it. It's a lot of teachers that's teaching though, but it's not enough teachers that's like walking it and talking it. And you see that with a lot of OGs. Like, if they coaching you, they did it. Like, they've done it before. They've done something wild. They've done something crazy. And that merit is not something that's really respected these days. I don't know. It's tough watching, especially when you see somebody that got potential. But it's like, when somebody's getting coached by someone and they're making progress, but you know the lifter is elite, but the coach only has enough experience to go off of, and it's not even their experience. They using somebody else's experience, which is not a bad thing. But like somebody like me or Jeff, I can tell you what's going on because I did it.
Mhm.
I know what 700 pounds feels like because I've done it multiple times. I can tell
Mhm.
you what it's gonna feel like and how you should prepare mentally, or things that you should be doing if you got if you warming up or whatever the case may be, or if something goes wrong in the meet, I can tell you what to do because I know how you feel. I feel like a lot of people can't regurgitate that because they don't know what it feels like. They might know what to do, which is okay, but it's gonna hit a little different when you can be like, "Yeah, I've been through that. You'll be fine. Let's just poop it out, little bitty BB."
No, facts. It's a real thing. Like, um, powerlifting is the only sport in the world that people are, like coaches are coaching high level lifters and haven't lifted high level weights themselves. It's the only sport in
It's
the
pretty
world.
nuts.
Most
'Cause even
most of the
Olympic
best.
weightlifting,
I'm about
they
to say
do that. They
most of
have
the. I'm about to say that's the only two sports where I've heard about it like a lot. Like football, a lot of the time these guys have played football and or have been around the game of football for a long time. Basketball players
mhm.
as well. Most of the guys that retire from the NBA are also becoming head coaches and stuff too. You know what I mean? So I get that you could come across a coach who's really good and can coach very well, but it is different when your coach been in that trench before. Like, cause you said that the language be different. You feel me? Like the language be different. Like, um, I've definitely had my fair share of coaches. I want to give a shout out to Joey Flex. That was the last coach I was working with before I started coaching myself for a little while. Um, I give you credit, Joe, because you understood what it meant to be an athlete. Like one of the first things he said to me is like, uh, yeah, some of these sessions you just gonna have to take it there with yourself. And mind you, bro, like I've trained around a lot of people, but I think Joy was the first person that like said that to me out loud. Cause like every day I walk in the gym, I'm taking it there with myself. But I know most people around me at the time when I was doing that, they didn't train as hard as I have trained or you have trained or just like the regular athlete who's actively trying to get stronger with the knowledge that they do have. You know what I mean? So it felt nice to have like a coach and then to find out like yeah this man was one of the first of his kind to squat like 750 because like I know he probably did that when nobody was doing it so it really wasn't nobody telling him how to do that when it happened. You know what I'm saying? That's a different, bro. That's a different type of feeling. Like, I ain't going
It's like,
cap,
dang, I squatted 700. What am I supposed to do after?
bro. Facts. Like, and think about that. Like, up, like, and I'm one of the things y'all probably hear me say a lot in the podcast and just in general is like I'm not very good at giving myself credit. But like the time when I squatted 705 in the gym, only one person other than me squatted 705. Like that went to that gym regularly. And then I squatted on the platform at a lower body weight than I did when I squatted in the gym. And like squatting 705 at competition made me recognize like nigga that's 705. Like the people around me were like, "Jeff, I was scared as shit." And I'm like, "Bro, why you scared?" He was like, "Bro, like they was like, "Bro, we never seen you miss a squat on depth." And I was like, I wasn't about to miss neither, nigga. Like I was like, I wasn't about to miss neither. Like what you on me? Like what you saying? So I was like, yeah, the same place I get to when I squat heavy is the same place I finna get to when I, you know what I'm saying, when I go on a platform and it's time to squat it there too. That's what I did it for. I did it for the execution. So it made me recognize now looking back, like, no, that shit was heavy, cause like it's the type of weight you get around others. They be like, nigga, how much was that, bro?
Because
My
it's
family was there and they was like they couldn't even believe it was 700 pounds. They was like, "What was that?" I
it's
was like, "Yo,
scary.
705, bro."
It's a scary it's a scary thing. Shout out to Derek, bro. Death Grip Derek, bro. He said I never it's so funny, bro, because it's facts. He said, y'all are afraid to lift the weights. When I walk into the gym, the weights are afraid of me. Don't
Yeah,
understand.
that's one of my favorite videos of cuz.
I
Yo.
don't I don't understand it. And I was just like, bro, that's so real, bro. Cause it is. It's like the only reason that you should be scared to lift weights is if you're unprepared. And if you are unprepared, that means you need to go back to the drawing board. You really need to look at what's going on. The issue is that there are things that people don't recognize, and that's one of the one of the other things when it comes to um coaches who have done it is that they can tell you what to look for or what you're missing in order to be able to accomplish said feats of strength. But if you're just a coach and you never experienced it before, you're not gonna be able to really talk somebody through it. Or if you haven't worked with enough high level lifters who have done something crazy like that, you're not gonna be able to really understand where they coming from. Um, but yeah, guys, we we didn't really have a direction for this podcast, but we are gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, I was about to say it's Wednesday. Normally we'd be shooting this on Friday, so we would have a little bit more time, excuse me, under our belts. Um, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of shot myself in the foot this episode. So I have the button so like we can record and have like clips, but I hit the wrong button. I hit the enter button and I recognize. So like I'm gonna edit this video on CapCut on my computer. So like it's gonna be like a little skip in the content, like when we put the video out, it's gonna be a little skip and Mark talking. It's gonna be like a millisecond though. But the point that he was
They're probably
making,
not even gonna notice.
it's probably, yeah, you're probably not gonna notice. It's gonna be early on in the video, around like I think the 8 minute marker. But with that being said, peace and love to everybody that watch. Keep God first. Keep training hard. At some point in time on Instagram, we gonna put up a poll. Not even a poll. We gonna put up one of them little things where you could type stuff in the bubbles, and we gonna just take some we're gonna take some topics from the viewers, the people that do watch. Anything y'all want to talk about. It could be faith related. It could be gym related. You can ask us about some sneaks or something. I feel like with the heart posture that we take up in our personal lives, I don't think it would be difficult to keep everything as positive as we possibly can. I understand that it's very easy to be tone deaf with the truth. Essentially, like we get on here, we talking about the truth, but like rather than trying to build people up with the truth, it's like we tearing people down. Like we not trying to tear people down in the community or anything like that. We trying to build people up and give people a new perspective. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure everything that we talk about is fruitful. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure everything we talk about can bear fruit for others to be able to come in and proliferate how they need to in their own personal lives. So we'll get with y'all for the next episode. We'll probably record a little bit more. I mean, we got going on Friday, Mark. Well, no, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna be able to record Friday. I'm gonna be on the plane. So we'll get up with y'all sometime next week. So we'll holla at y'all next time. This is Blow Boys.
Peace and love,
Peace.
little boys. Peace.